This month we're talking about challenge. Love the word challenge. The third, fourth, and fifth letter are ALL. And challenge challenges us all, doesn't it? And challenges in everything that we do. And it very much depends on how we see challenge, is how we approach it. So on the 9th of July last month, which is a great month, very nice and warm. Thank you, July. Thank you, weather. Thank you, sun. I did an event called Coast to Coast, which starts in Seascale in Cumbria and then goes all the way over to Whitby in Yorkshire. And it's a cycle route. It's 150 miles. And I did it in a day. It took me just under 12 hours, which is lovely. But the reason why I mentioned it was because I wanted to do it for about 3 or 4 years, and because of COVID, been delayed, postponed. Last year didn't do it because of, I think, holidays. Anyway, decided that this was the year to do it. And I knew it was going to be hard. I mean, there's, I don't know, something like 16, 17,000 feet of climb, which is a lot. But what was really interested in doing it was, at the beginning, there's the pass called the Hard Knot Pass, which is about 2.2 kilometers, about 1,000 feet of climb. And at places, I think it gets up to about 33% gradient, which is steep. It's England's steepest cycle path climb, I think. But what was really interesting is that it was hard. I mean, trust me, I mean, it was really, really tough. And there were times, certainly sections, where I was kind of thinking, well, you know, do I really want to do this, especially the last sort of 30, 40 miles. But what was really interesting is I met some fantastic people along the way. There were various feed stations, brilliant, brilliant people. Yeah, lots of them are volunteers. But really, the thing that it taught me was that actually that challenge is down to me, and it's how I approach, you know, doing the event. It's how I approach the training. And I've done weeks and weeks and weeks and months of training, not tough amounts of training, not loads and loads, but certainly enough to get through. And what was really interesting at the end, it's kind of jubilation, isn't it? You think, fantastic, you know, done it. I mean, you saw. But what was really interesting is that the guy that I met, Pete, as we were going through it, we were talking about this event called the Yorkshire Beast, which is 203 miles and is nearly 20,000 feet of climb. And you do that in a day. And we were talking about the event, and after this particular Coast to Coast event, we both agreed that we were going to do it. And 2 days later, I signed up to do it. And the reason why I did it was because I really like having something to aim for in the future that I can kind of, you know, set my sights on. So I've got a challenge for next year, and I started training, I think 3 days after I'd finished Coast to Coast. And it's not so much, you know, the kind of the achievement, but it's just keeping on going and keeping on testing and pushing yourself. So for me, August is about challenge. And, you know, what are the challenges that we face on a daily basis? You know, are there challenges that we can put in the diary as kind of milestones to kind of aim for? And that actually, it does make us better people. It certainly has made me really think about kind of keeping fit and eating healthy every day. So welcome to August, welcome to Challenge, and I hope you have a great month, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, hi, I'm Paula, and I'm from Meee, and you will have just listened to Sid talking about his epic challenge, and it really was epic. And Sid's able to do that because he has such grit and determination. But challenges don't necessarily have to be epic. It can be micro challenges that we all face on a daily basis. And as much as I love working at Meee, and I really do, some days I find it difficult to get out of bed. I feel anxious about the day ahead, and I don't know why, because like I say, I love life and I love what I'm doing. So a few months ago, Sid said to me, well, why don't you just take the next step? You know, take the duvet off, sit up in bed, put your feet on the floor, go and clean your teeth. So I took these small moments of next steps. And then what I found was, over the coming weeks, then it just became a habit. And I was actually looking forward then to go into bed, because I knew the next day I was going to wake up and feel motivated about the day ahead. So think about your own challenges, whether they be epic or more micro moments like mine, and think to yourself, what are the next steps that I can take?
Hi, I'm Shane. I currently work as a video editor for Meee, and the biggest challenge I've faced in my life is finding meaningful employment. I've struggled finding employment in general because I suffer from many learning disabilities, from dyscalculia to dyspraxia, which, trust me, does not help find employment. But just finding a job where I can feel really creative and feel a sense of belonging has been really difficult for me. Before I came to Meee, which I absolutely loved, by the way, but before I came here, I used to work for another company, and the role sounded really promising and just like everything I really wanted. But end of the day, I got there and they didn't really have much for me to do. And then a day, I was faced with the reality of I don't like my job and I want to leave. But if I leave, I there's no sense of stability there. But I was really unhappy, and that was an extremely challenging situation to be in. But end of the day, I had to prioritize my own happiness, and amazingly, it paid off. I left that company. I got a new job with Meee, and I've just been a lot happier ever since. And I was able to overcome many challenges there, not just finding meaningful employment, but also, dealing with unhappiness in my previous role, not current role. So, yeah, thank you very much.